Bros, back at it again with the white vans. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. I am here with the for the Bolt Bros for the Thursday night football talk chat discussion. And guess what, guys? We are only 1 week away from knowing exactly who the Chargers are going to be playing for the upcoming season. Or we know what teams are playing, but we're gonna know which day of the week and what the schedule is gonna look like. When our bye week is even gonna be at, guys. What the heck, dude? Yeah. So I got a pretty fun show for you tonight. I actually did get some slides together kind of like my brothers do. So we'll chat with it a little bit. And actually, it's less than a week away. Actually, Miguel, you just say it's too far away. It's actually 6 days away because we will find out on Wednesday. So this time tomorrow, by next week, we will have a good time and we will chat about stuff a little bit too. And then we'll start doing record predictions and all that stuff. So we'll get into it. But along with the schedule, we actually do have some rumors about the new helmet that we're gonna have. So there's we talked a little bit about it too. Like there might be some jersey modification as well. So that's actually pretty exciting. That's really exciting, actually. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So we will have a good time, and as always, we'll chat, we'll relax, and we will find out what you guys are all doing. So I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I know I am. And so let's just get into it. So let me just hit that little button and we'll start things off. So Bolt Bros, let's go.
What's up, Pyramid, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All right, guys. So drop some bolts in the chat if you guys think that we should actually set up a new song or a new intro of some kind. We teased a little bit about it on Sunday. I think our song is fine. I think that's all that we want to do. I think we're good there, but we're probably going to want to add some new shots into it. I think that's kind of what I think we should be thinking about more than anything, because I think that song is just absolutely just top notch right there. So shout out to for my brother for helping us put that thing together. So keep the same song, intro and outro are fire. That's what I got from Miguel. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, you know what? I gotta realize I gotta turn on something here. Hang on. Did that work? Okay, cool. Nice. But so by the way, guys, I am trying something a little bit new. As you guys know, I've kind of slowly steered away from the Madden stuff. I do still want to do it. I am going to play a little bit of Madden this Saturday, but it's only going to be on our Twitch side of things. So yes, I understand that most people are watching me from YouTube, but I figured out something but with YouTube, it doesn't really like the algorithm does not really like the fact that I do something completely away from what we normally do. So I'm going to be doing that specifically for Twitch audience only. And, but it's still going to be the same people, same good time, but because I still want to figure out how to see if the team that I built will actually take us to the Super Bowl and win. And I think we're like halfway through the season or whatever, So, so I'm gonna continue that on Saturday, and it's probably gonna be like an every other week kind of deal, because I do want to. I mean, when I have the kids around and stuff like that, I kind of like to hang out with them as opposed to do something like this on Saturday. So, anyway, so I'm excited for the season. So. But today's a special day, though, guys. I did want to, before we actually started talking about Charger stuff, I did want to actually share this with all y'all. I don't know if you know like what the what happened with today's is, but it is the Victory in Europe Day for all the Allied nations worldwide. So it's a very special day, and it's pretty awesome. This is one of the actual official day that Germany surrendered to the Allied nations, and it's pretty freaking cool, guys. Like so, but on this note, actually, I discovered something new. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but my wife is originally from Russia, but she's not Russian. Just keep that in mind. And yes, and no. Before you ask, she is not a mail order bride. But so, and she was telling me is that apparently in Russia, their victory day is tomorrow, May 9th, which technically, as of this moment, it's already May 9th in Moscow right now because they're about 12 hours ahead of us. And so it's 8 a.m. there. And so they're celebrating the victory of Europe today. And so I did some digging on that. And apparently I didn't know this, public education failed me 100%, but there was apparently 2 treaties signed for the victory of Europe. The first one was in Reims, in France. And that was with the Allied nations, America, Britain, France, all that stuff, Italy, I think, was even involved in that one, so, but they ended up, but the Russian country, the Soviet country, Stalin, he had some notes that he wanted. It's like there were some things that he was not happy about. So they signed the treaty again for the Russian countries in Berlin the very next day. And so just like, how, the Allied nations, we all celebrate the official day as the day after it was signed. For us, which was they actually initially signed it on May 7th, so we celebrate on May 8th. But since for the Russians, they signed it on May 8th, they sign it on or celebrate for May 9th. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, wow, I actually did some actual studying and stuff like that. And I was like, I thought that's pretty freaking cool. And you're right, Roland. The first American Pope was also elected today, plus VED. Yeah, VED. Yeah, VE Day. Yeah, so this is a very special day for sure. Like, guys, I mean, this is pretty cool. And so, and I did see a meme today. This was pretty funny, where it showed that it was like, showed the Pope, but he was also like, it was in Chicago Bears outfits, and it says Chicago popes from Chicago 1, popes from Green Bay 0. I rest my case. So it's like, hey, that's pretty awesome. Good, hey, good job for the Catholic Church for getting their leader, their pope selected. That's freaking awesome. So congratulations. So it's a very special day. And so I sorry guys, I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. So but yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this kind of stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. So, but before I do, it's like, what are you guys talking about? It's like, yeah, Pablo, yeah, man, is it weekend? Yep. One yet? No, man, not yet, not just yet. But we'll get into that one. We'll get into that one for sure. Oh, you know what? I forgot it. I did not. I just realized that there's a slide that I should have done, but I didn't do. But that's okay. Yeah, so. It's Dicker the Kicker's birthday. Oh, that's true. That is a good point. Today is also Dicker the Kicker's birthday. That's actually very important as well. We gotta celebrate that. We gotta celebrate that one. So let me just do this. All right. So for Dicker the Kicker, we're gonna fire that cannon on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fire the cannon! That's right. We got to do the whole thing. Yeah, baby. Celebration, baby. Digger the Kicker making them field goals. That wasn't the right sound bite, but that's fine. Anyways, okay, guys. So, there's cool stuff goes like, okay. So then. It's Shifty say. I know during the interview, GM Horton confirmed a new helmet. Yes. So I'm going to get into that one for sure. It's shifty. Yes. It is confirmed there is a new helmet on the way, but Jim Harbaugh or Ortiz does not know about what it is or what the what the style is or anything like that, So unfortunately, he could not give any information about that one. So, but I'll get into that one in a second. So, let's jump into my slides a little bit. So that'll be good. How do I do this? My brothers are a little bit better about that one. So there you go. Boom. Okay, guys, let's talk about week 1. Week 1 for the Chargers is confirmed to be in Brazil. Brazil. I don't know. However you want to say it. So it's confirmed to be in Brazil on Thursday, September 4th. So this primetime game, of course. Well, actually, is it going to be a primetime game? I think it is because it's it's in the good time zone. I think it's still for Eastern time zone, I guess, whatever. So there's a little interesting thought about this one though too, because you got to remember Brazil is in the southern hemisphere. So even though it's going to be in the fall over here in America, it will be in the spring there in Brazil. So I think it's going to be actually kind of much colder there, I think. So it's actually going to be an interesting thing. This is going to be like a spring game for the Chargers, for us Americans and stuff like that, So that'll be pretty interesting, So, oh, wait. Oh, okay. Hang on a sec, guys. I just realized this just now as well. I just realized what you guys are about to get from me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to bust out the real pen. I forgot. I was like, this is why I need to do more slides, guys. This is why I need to control the slides, because I'm able to do more than my bros ever could. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even know. They better recognize. That's right. Hang on a sec. What's going on here? Something just happened on my screen. I don't know what happened. That's fine. Anyways, so okay, so Miguel's gonna get on to this. So Texans or the Chiefs is the big discussion for us. So we don't really know. We don't really know who exactly is going to be the team for the Chargers on week 1. But we all have kind of our suspicions. And Kay Adams, while Jim Ortiz was on the show, she was trying to really get the information, get the dirty deeds or the dirt, as you will, from Ortiz, and he thought, trying to lead him into it, just kind of let him blink, all that stuff, that if it was going to be the Texans or the Chiefs. And what do you guys think? Honestly, for me, I think it very well could. More than likely, I think it's the Chiefs, but I can see a very good case being made for it to be the Texans, because that was a playoff game. It'll be a playoff game rematch, and I think that's actually what could really be a big factor for the NFL to make that something, So I don't even know if I'm going to use this or not, but and I just realized too, like I use this Justin Herbert pitcher and he's in an away team jersey, but he should be in a home team jersey because it's a home game for the Chargers. So who do you guys want? Put in the chat if you want the Texans or the Chiefs week 1. What's up, Darth Panic? What's up, Pablo? How you guys doing? Kyle, like this. Okay, say it. Here you go. Said it doesn't matter who they are. F the Chiefs, F the Texans. Yeah, both F. That's right, man. Yeah, Darth Panic says I want the Chiefs and I want to play the Texans at SoFi. Ooh, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be really good. Miguel says Chiefs week 1. That'd be awesome. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see what else we got. Who is that? So far we got there you go. Yes, and of course after Queefs. That's for sure, baby. Queefs. Yeah. Okay. And Benji says let's set the tone from the get-go. Let's do it, man. I like that. Heck yes. Yes. That'd be awesome. Show them that there's a new boss in town. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. I would love for that to happen. D-Loke says Texans rematch. That'd be awesome. Alan says also Texans, so we can whoop that ass, boy. Oh, it's like, oh, hey, remember? Okay, looks like we're getting a little bit more Texans side right now. Joey's saying Texas rematch. Yeah, all the way, baby. That's what's up. So yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like, honestly, I'm split here, guys. I really want it to be. I want it to be a good game, no matter what. And I think it would be a good game. And so, like I said, let me go something real quick. I didn't even think about this, but because I want to find out what is Sao Paulo's time zone, because I was just thinking about that. So they are 2 hours ahead of me right now. They are GMT. Oh yeah, so they're in Eastern time. Yeah, they're in Eastern time there. So, yeah, so that's actually pretty awesome. So that would work out great for purposes of the the NFL wanting to have all this different stuff. So or have a whole system going. Like where everything's based on East Coast time. So like, I think that would actually be freaking tastic. So. Dave asks a good question here. Says, why do we know we are playing, or why do we know we're playing in week 1 in Brazil, but the other team does not? That's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know why the Chargers know that we're playing week 1 in Brazil, but the other team doesn't know either. That's a very good question. So, like, I'm not 100% sure why we got the call that it's happening for us, but not them yet. So, I don't know. That I think it's got to be an NFL thing. They just trying to hype up and market a little bit ahead of time. I will get into that, and I do have a slide about what other teams are going to have international games. But that's a fantastic question. Thank you so much, Dave. It's got to be because of a marketing thing, branding type thing. So, I think that's why just because they have to hype it up a little bit, because and people need to start to kind of preparing ahead of time. Look, let's be honest. Like, I mean, we talked about it like amongst us brothers. We were like, okay, hey, let's see if we can actually make it out to the game. Let's actually do some due diligence and see if we can make it work. And so we're like, oh yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. And we looked into it, and at the end of the day, oh my gosh, guys, it's like $1,000 just for the flight alone, just that. So just a flight, let alone, because you're traveling internationally, you have to have a passport, which, thankfully I do, but you also have to have a visa in order to get into the stadium or like the country and stuff too now. And, now we also got, like, I think renting an Airbnb would actually be pretty cheap out there, so I don't really know. But yeah, like I said, we crunched all the numbers, and it was probably going to cost us like maybe $2,000 a piece to go out there. And so honestly, like, yeah, hey, we make some money on this show. Don't get me wrong, but we don't make that kind of money. Not at all. Not at all. So, but we just do this because we like it. We have a good time with you guys, so, but hopefully at some point we can afford all that kind of stuff, so. But hey, if you are planning to go to Sao Paulo for the first game of the season, hit me up. Let me know, because that would be fantastic. I would love to know what you guys are thinking there. So, yeah, yeah, Brazil is, and you're right, Darth Panic. That is considered a home game for us. So that does mean, so that could be the Chiefs. It could be Broncos, Raiders, Texans, Colts, Eagles, which would be weird because they were just there last year. So we could probably scratch them off. I think you could probably scratch the Eagles off from that one. Could be the Commanders, could be the Steelers. Actually, no, it probably but more than likely it's not the Steelers as well, because as we'll get into later on, they also have an international game, and it's not so likely. Or the Vikings, it could be. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, so it could be Texans, Chiefs, maybe Vikings. I don't know, Yes, I don't know, guys. So crazy. Anyway, so it's gonna be interesting time though. So yeah, so let's see. I don't have that James Bond money, so like, yeah, I'll have to pass on this one. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, exactly. Uh, okay, so so that's just it. Um, so I would say more than likely Chiefs, because they're just such a big brand name and stuff like that. Like, and historically, the Chargers have opened up the season with a divisional opponent, and it's been a while since it's been the Chiefs, but it's also been a while since it's been the Broncos. So I'll throw that out there now too. So I do think could be Broncos, could be Chiefs, could be Texans. So I have three big predictions there. So those other teams probably not. So okay, so let's think about that. Oh, we don't need no stinking visas. Yeah, right. Oh, and the pure mustard thinks Vikings then Texans. Okay, yeah, I can see. I can see it could be Vikings too. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. So, anyways, so I just loved live chat myself. What up, Bolt fam? Hey, what's up, Andrew? How you doing, my man? Yes. See, like my other brothers don't really do this. They don't interact live with you guys by themselves. So I think they should. I think they should plan to do a nighttime conversation with you guys. But because it's actually really fun. I actually look forward to this every single week because, oh my gosh, guys, like, look, I admit. I'm kind of like the punching bag of the group sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But I know it's all out of love, it's all good, it's all fun, But I like to have my own little show with you guys, So it's because it's good times. So, anyways, so all right, so let's get into the other. I don't even know if I need the pen, but I have it just in case. I have it just in case, though, So, yeah, so we'll jump into the next slide though here, guys. So, all right, but next up, thinking about this. I wanted to think about some rumors of potentially some other primetime games that we have. Obviously, the Chiefs game and the Texans game has to be a, those have to be primetime games for sure. I 100% believe that they have to be primetime games. So the other games that I'm thinking that could be a primetime game would be the Eagles, Vikings, and especially some other divisional game that we got in the year, for sure, some other divisional game. So it could be, depends on the season, of course, like if the Broncos step up, like, so they may be able to make a big play for the whatever's like the for the end of the season, for that wild card spot. So it could be that we have a good game with the Broncos coming up. I'm not even going to think about the Raiders possibly being in that game, in that scenario at all, So I can't see that happening, but I can definitely see the Vikings and the Eagles for sure. But I mean, it's possible too. Is like, look, we've been getting about 5 primetime games a year lately. And so it's very possible that we can get all these, but which one do you guys think, is a sure thing for us to have a primetime game? I mean, obviously a Chiefs game is probably going to be a primetime game, at least one, at least one of those games. And obviously technically the opener, the Thursday night games, clearly that's a primetime game because it's East Coast time. It's on a Thursday. It all works out. It makes sense. So yeah. Yeah. Hey, I'm getting a bunch of love in here, guys. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that a lot. It's like, yeah, I'm the techno guy. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I said night shows with you are my favorite. Bolt Lightning says that's what's up, my man. We might play the Cowboys. Oh, Botilio, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that too. Yeah, because that is an away game too. That could be possible. However, I think traditionally, like it's a Cowboys, Lions, and Packers and stuff like that. Like it's never like it's never like a that's a good thought. They could switch it up. I think that, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Pablo's saying I'm the tip of the spear, baby. Yeah. Okay, good. And I think Andrew's the crack of my ass. That's right. That's good. Okay. Mighty said, "Hey, you my favorite bro for sure, but y'all are my boys. I just tend to gravitate towards you more. This is the only Chargers pod that I don't dislike at least one host." Hey, yo, that's what's up, my man. Hey, where the heck is my buttons here? Yay. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much, Mighty. That's awesome, man. And again, I am so pissed that we did not get a chance to come out and meet you for that Falcons game, man. I would have loved to have made that happen, man. Like, but it was like, unfortunately, it was too close to the holidays. We just couldn't make it work, man. But hey, if you plan to come out to any of the West Coast games, maybe we'll make something happen, and maybe we'll see if we can link up then. If nothing else, then like I said, the schedule's coming out, and we have we're having the finals is this week, by the way, guys. This week is the finals for the what's it called? Our the points and stuff like that, So there's tickets to go around. So and potentially we'll never know. We never know, man. I mean, I might just start feeling giving and like during later on the season and be like, all right, I need someone else to come to the game with me or something like that, So yeah, it's all good. So yeah. You're the only boat bros that I threw back beers with so far. Just saying. Hey, that is true. Because I'm a real one, right? You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I digress. You guys got me on the thing. So like, me, I get on tangents all the time. So it's all good. All right. So but what games do you guys think it is? What games? So it's all good. Okay, here we go. Darth Panic says, since we're doing the Hall of Fame game and the Brazil game, I don't think we're going to get many. Okay, that is actually a great point, Darth Panic. Because that is a good point. So we are going to have the, was it the Hall of Fame game in July? So just think about that. Okay, so we have a couple games. We actually have 4 preseason games, which is pretty cool. Fat guys, I'm actually wanting to see if I can try and make it out to that one too. I would love to go out to that one. However, that's going to be a bit of a problem because I already do have some time set aside for July off, so I'm probably not going to be able to make that game. And actually, tickets to freaking Ohio are actually pretty dang expensive. I don't know if you guys looked into it at all either, but it's actually pretty expensive. And I'm like, dang it, man. Why is the tickets over there expensive? It's like, but man, I really want to do that because I would love to go to the Hall of Fame and actually look at all the statues and look at all the Chargers and the Junior Seau, Dan Fouts, like in Charlie Joyner, Hadel, all those dudes that have played for the Chargers. I would love to see that, So yeah. But at the same side, I do think that the Hall of Fame game is a bit of a bust, or not of a bust, a bit of a what do I want to say? It's kind of a wash. It's not necessarily super important, but I could see that it actually could be better. What's in Ohio? Yeah, well, exactly. There's not much in Ohio, but they have the Hall of Fame, the NFL Hall of Fame there, so that's pretty freaking awesome, So yeah. I mean, there's not much in Cleveland. That's for dang sure. I mean, there's definitely not even a AFC championship in Cleveland. So yeah, so they got that going for them, So, and you're right, Roland, big part. Yeah. They always change scheduling to accommodate good teams for publicity. Chargers get the good Monday and Thursday night game football too. Yeah, for sure. When there's a game that's out there, that they like, so this one has some good implications, like they flexed it with the Bengals and the Chargers, and there was a couple other ones, because the Chargers were doing great, so, and that could happen again with the Chargers, so you never know. So but I think that we for the season we may only have like maybe 3 games initially set for the prime time, but depending on how things go during the season, it might actually end up being 5, I would say. So yeah, so we'll see. Anyways, I haven't been using this yet. I haven't really had much of a reason to, because I do admit I did some like, look, guys, I'm stepping up my game a little bit, So like, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do some slides too, but I'm gonna make some graphics with it too. I'm gonna like my brothers. They just put a picture up there. I'm gonna step it up for you guys, because I know you guys like graphics. I know, because that's what they do on the NFL channel. That's what they do on ESPN. They got graphics. We need to make more graphics. That's right. And I'll probably try it. My brothers are probably gonna annoy me and ask them to make some graphics too. But you know what? I'm gonna tell them, it's like, hey man, you make your own graphics. Yeah, that's it. That's it, and that's all, baby. Hey, actually, Darth Panic, that is a good point. Like you make a great point. See, personally, I have a problem with Monday night and Thursday night games because if I'm gonna go to the game, that's just gosh, I'm missing more. Actually, you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad anymore because now I have a job that I actually have paid time off. So if I take a day off, I still get paid. So it's not so bad anymore. So I mean, yeah. Yeah. So I do admit, yeah, like night games are kind of a pain, especially if that Thursday night one, it's like you party a little too hard on the Thursday night, and then you go into work on the next Friday, and you're like, ugh, this is terrible. So I would say if you're gonna plan to go to a Thursday night game, you take that day after off. You know what I'm saying? I think that's it. That's just it. I think you just got to plan to take Thursday off. Because you just can't. You can't set the whole. You set up your Friday night to be terrible. So yeah. But Monday night games I think are worse. Because okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the game on Monday night and then not show up Tuesday. It just kind of throws off your whole week. So actually, all right, I'm going back on this. Like I think Thursday nights are great. Thursday night games are great because you just take the next day off. Call it good. It's like, hey. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. It's like, leave early on Thursday, go to the tailgate, take the next day off, call it a day. That's a fantastic weekend. If you ask me, heck yes. So Thursday night games are awesome. So yeah. And you're right, Miguel. I think morning games are even worse too, especially if it's in like a London game or something like that. So anyways, so getting on that point here, let me go into my next slide here. Where the heck is my thing? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. Next slide. Okay, so yes, this is what I wanted to talk about real quick. So these are the entire list of international games for the season. So we don't know what weeks these are, but we do know what the home teams are. So obviously it's Chargers, Colts, Dolphins, Steelers, Jaguars, Browns, Jets. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up too is like I was like, hang on a sec, guys. If the Jaguars, we play the Jaguars away, and we also play, clearly the Steelers we play at home though, and we also play the Dolphins away. It's possible. It's very, very possible. Unlikely though, that we might play the Jags or the Dolphins in a second international game. How freaking crazy would that be, guys? I mean, look, and here's kind of the reason why I think that might be possible. Is because the Chargers are a team that have historically always had the biggest traveling distance throughout the season. Like we've always been been the team that travels the most. Like I think last year we traveled like 21,000 miles because we're going from, literally coming from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast, and back and forth and stuff like that, so like, and I don't like that. I mean, we had a bit of a discussion about that. Mighty and I did, where the biggest thing is like, oh, well, that sucks, because like there is something that happens mentally, not physically, especially with concussions and stuff like that. It hurts. Like, I mean, not that it hurts, but like the players actually don't recover as well because of all that travel. I think, so unless they got some cryo freeze type things up on those planes, I don't think it's a great idea. So. Mighty says there is an answer to the question earlier. Home teams get to know. Oh, That is a great point there, Mighty. I like that. That is a good point. So home teams get to know if they're going to play internationally, but the away teams have to wait. That makes a lot of sense. Like I think that on top of the fact that it's a marketing thing, it's an NFL thing, probably an NFL rule, that the home team has to know ahead of time is a big thing. So yeah, Darth Panic says that on this note, Jags or Dolphins possible second international game, absolutely not going to happen. Yeah, I agree. I agree. International games are the best. Football all Sunday long, baby. Hey, that is a good point about international games because they do get to play it like what, like 3 a.m. or something like that. Freaking ridiculous. Oh, and Miguel, by the way, I do think this season, we will go into this later for sure, but this season is the first season that we actually are going to have 2 bye weeks. I believe. I believe. I'm gonna have to do some digging on that. We might. I'll follow up with this and talk about it on Sunday. Yeah. So I'll try to remember that. If I can write a note on it. I wish I could write with this thing for it, but I don't. So yeah. Yeah. So. See, last year Jim did a great job by staying here in North Carolina longer instead of going back to home and flying a few days. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but I'm gonna just say it too. Is like, yeah, do I think it's gonna happen? Not really. No. Is it possible it could happen? Yes, absolutely. It's very possible. But yeah. So like, if anything, it would be, like I said, it would be Jags or the Dolphins. And so that would be pretty interesting. If I was going to pick one of those teams to do a second one, it would be the Jags because I would love to get our teeth back into them and do that. So, but it's more than likely, not going to be with the Steelers, obviously, because that's a home game and for them, and we have a home game for us, and it's not the Colts either, because it's a home game for them, but we play them at home. So Colts and Steelers out, no question. No, yeah, 100%. Okay, so I do have one more slide on this. Then we can kind of just freestyle for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we can kind of speculate about other stuff too. So, actually, was there? Oh, and then people are asking in the chat too. Let me just hide this real quick, because I didn't really make a slide for it. I meant to, but I totally forgot to. So, on the note about the bye weeks, so more than likely we're going to get 2 bye weeks. I think, I hope, I pray. So unfortunately, that means that probably the first bye week is going to be in that 5 to 8 week game, I think. So if we do 2, no, sorry, I get burps. If we do 2 bye weeks, I think for sure one of those bye weeks is going to be, starting week 5. So it just happens in the last 2 years. We've already had a week 5 bye week. I hope that we don't have a week 5 bye week again, for crying out loud. So my sweet spot is obviously always in the middle, like, that basically 8, 9, 10 range. Somewhere around there would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. But if we do 2, I'm totally fine with a week 5, week 6 bye week, and then like a week, I don't know, so say week 12, 13, something like that, bye week. That'd be awesome. But maybe it'll be a league-wide bye week, but that'd be kind of terrible too. I wouldn't want that, But maybe just make half the league is on a bye week, and like, between say week 4 and week 5, and then the other half plays, and then the next week they don't, and then I don't know, man. I guess I'm Commissioner Sawyer, Commissioner Kyle Sawyer here. We'll make that a thing. Hashtag that. That maybe like it'll be week, something like that. Like, so actually, that's actually. You know what? I'm actually talking myself into that. I really like that. Half the league plays week 5. The other half does not. The other half does not play week 6. The other half, does play. Just make it, just easy peasy. Week 5 and week 6 early bye week, and then later say like week 12, maybe week 11, week 10 or 12 or something like that, the second bye week, but they kind of like are kind of reversed. So if you start on week 5 for your bye week, then you're gonna have the later bye week, something like that, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm saying. So yeah. Pablo says I came back from an Atlantic game last year and I was exhausted, bros. Can't imagine what these players got to go through, dude. Right? No joke. I mean, they're sitting there like they are putting their freaking heart and soul out there onto the field, and they're like bruised, battered, and stuff like that. Like, and they probably hurt like heck. I mean, I hope, like I said, I hope they got cryo things on there. Yeah. And you're right, Miguel. You dang right. We going 17-0 this year, baby. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I need some water. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, I have one more week. So that's kind of my thoughts. So, that week 5 bye week that we had the last couple of years is, Botelio saying it's next year we might get 2 byes and 18 games. Okay. All right. I thought the 2 byes was starting this week, so, but all right. Well, two byes and 18 games next year would probably be more. That's probably more likely if we get 2 games. But yeah. But so that'll be awesome. Anyhow. Okay. So next slide here. So, lastly, I did want to talk about this. So the helmet leaks. Obviously there's a lot of talks about, hang on a second. There you go. Now you guys can see it. I forgot the most important part of this thing for you guys to see, to visualize what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Yeah. So we got that. So there's a lot of rumors going out there, it could be either one of these 2 options more than likely, so we could, like, I've seen a lot of different things. Clearly, I mean, these are not the best renderings. I fully admit. Yeah. Miguel. yeah. Hey, I'm a sucker for salesmen, so yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, Grandizer? How you doing, my man? How you doing? James. Hey, yeah, yo. No, I mean they care about it, but you know what? They're a little bit more focused than I am. Like, yes, like, I mean, but I suppose I care about it because I know where you're coming from. I do admit this. Sorry for getting a little off track about it. Because I've gone through a lot of things myself in my life, and I've handled things very differently than both my brothers have. Yeah, like, and you guys may not know this, but yes, I have dealt with depression in my life. Was I ever diagnosed with it? No, I wasn't. But I definitely was feeling a lot of different things for a long time. Things have gotten a lot better for me only recently. And, I can attribute a lot of that to my absolutely amazing wife, 100%. She has been an absolutely amazing person for me. And she's been, 100% the most loving, supporting people I've ever known. And, and really just someone that actually I'm truly happy to spend the rest of my life with. And so I fully get, and I'm absolutely, like I said, I'm happy that you guys are here, and I'm happy that the rest of you guys are here too. So it's not just, all that stuff, so yeah. And you're right, Miguel, my mental health is definitely improving, so it's been great. It's been really great. And you know what? I'll even say this, too. It's like, before I go back into this stuff here, so I don't think my previous job was helping me much at all either. It was not a great environment. It was not a good place to work. And the film industry itself is just freaking awful. They constantly prey on the people's hopes and dreams and what they want to do with their life and all that stuff, and that just freaking, was just awful. And I'm so happy that I finally got out of that hellhole, yeah. F my previous job, so yeah. And hey, no, Carlos, come on now. I'm not trying to make anyone cry. Unless it's tears of joy, of course, so yeah. But anyways, John, so let's get back into this. So, all right, so hang on a sec here. Let me do this little. Okay, so switch it up now. I used to be a psychiatric nurse, Kyle. Kudos for you and your strength, and kudos for your wife and courage and support. God bless you. Oh, thank you, Roland. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. You used to be a psychiatric nurse. Hey, that's awesome, man. That's pretty cool, man. I'm sure you got some good stories. But yeah, anyway, like I said, John, the powder blue helmets is too much. I would rather be white. It'd be white to offset the powder. Okay, yeah. Somebody else said that. So it's either going to be navy blue helmet or the yellow helmet. Ooh, I did see some pictures for the navy or the yellow helmet. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Have a gold helmet, and that would actually make a lot of sense too, because the pants, we have yellow pants, we have white pants and we have yellow pants, so that would actually make a lot of sense to have those yellow pants, and stuff like that, and it's possible. It is possible that there is going to be an alternate stylized, like the City Connect jersey or whatever out there, and it might be that yellow jersey. And if you put, oh, gosh, I think just thinking about that actually now that hurts my eyes. Think about if it's the yellow helmet, yellow jersey, yellow pants. That actually kind of hurts my eyes just thinking about it. I can't. I can visualize it, and I'm just like, I don't want to see that, guys. I don't want to see that. Yeah, I mean, it would be worse than the Lakers Pacific beats. Hey, man, it's good to see you again. Hey, it's been a while. Anyway, so I'm just sitting there thinking about that. So powder blue, more than likely not going to happen, but the navy blue could happen as well. I think that's the more likely scenario, but I will say this is why I also think it might not happen, because here's why I think that all navy helmet might not happen. We're not very good in the navies. Apparently we pick the wrong games every single year to wear the navies, and we lose that game. And so I don't think that I really don't think it's going to be navy. I mean, I'm thinking business wise for the Spanos family. I don't think they want it, I don't think they want that one, so what I'm thinking actually, that what I've seen, like, that powder blue, I've seen it in a kind of a chrome color, and that could be pretty good. But yeah. So like, so that's kind of why I do think that's why I did put the powder blue thing here. So I think if we're going to do powder blue, it's going to be chrome though. It's going to be chromed out. So it's going to be shiny. Oof. I mean, we've all seen that. I don't know if you guys have seen that in the seen that in the store, and it's freaking fantastic, So yeah, and that'd be good. And you know what, Mighty, you're 100% right, baby. You're 100% right. Forget the jerseys Connect stuff. Forget the helmet stuff, man. Bring back the dang cheerleaders. You know what I'm saying? That's 100% what I'm saying. I don't really care about no dang jersey change, jersey swap, whatever, all this stuff. I want freaking cheerleaders back out there, man. Yeah, Roland's saying chrome would be the bomb. Yeah, chrome would be awesome. Yeah, for sure. Metallic might be nice. Yeah, so even if it's just white, like more like a silvery white thing, that would actually be pretty, and that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome too. So yeah. Kind of. What if they bring back the Chargers shield logo? Ooh, I love the shield. I love the shield logo so much. I miss it so much all the time. Bring back that shield. That's what I'm talking about. I like that a lot, So, and actually, I do admit this actually. Instead of the number on the side of the jersey or side of the helmet, I would prefer the shield on the side of the helmet with the bolt, and then put that number back to their shoulders. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like that look a little bit better. But I do know that there is a rule when it comes to the NFL that they have to have like a number on the front and on the side at some point. So that's why we have it on the helmets. So, and that's why we do not have it on the shoulders anymore on that side. So yeah. Yeah, Chrome would be awesome. Yeah. So, hey, Eddie, what's up, man? I'm glad you just got off work. Good to hear, see you. Hope you're feeling better, man. Like I know you got got that rib injury and stuff like that, So yeah. Let me double check something here. I think so. Yeah. So what do you guys think in the chat? So like speculate. If it's going to be powder blue helmet, navy blue helmet, yellow helmet, and potentially maybe a chromed out helmet. I think that'd be pretty awesome. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, that was definitely my last slide. So, but we can just freestyle for a little bit, So, yeah, Miguel says, yeah, you also miss the numbers on the shoulders. And it's like, and honestly, the reason why I miss it is because it looks nice on the when it's on display, I think it adds a little bit more to it. I think when you put it on in a case and stuff like that, because I have the Herbert one behind me still. I got to figure out a way to put it up somewhere. But yeah, like I mean, it's just it's not. And I also actually miss the bolt being more on the sleeve as well, not on the shoulders, because it just I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit better if it's on the sleeve. I don't know. It's just a little bit easier. It's kind of a little nicer to me, in my opinion. So it's more like lower. I guess I don't know. Yeah. Throw a beat in freestyle. No, thank you. I do not want to melt your guys' ears tonight. Like you guys will probably want to take pencils and just just stab your eardrums or whatever if you want to hear me freestyle. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Alan's saying yellow, the yellowish. Ooh, not just yellow, but a chrome yellow. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing, guys. That would be so freaking stoked. Yeah. Well, you know what, Carlos? Hey, you know what? You're right. The Raiders would be crying saying we're copying, but the fact is, those Ray turds don't even realize that they stole that idea from us. That's right, man. That AJ was a holy owner of the freaking Raiders a long time ago. Worked for the Chargers, took that idea, brought it to the Raiders. So yeah, man. That would not be. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna have that. So heck no. They stole it from us. We're just taking it back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I would say to them. Anyways, so yeah, so okay, so, Ed, good question there, Eddie. Yeah, so what does everyone feel about George Pickens being traded to the Cowboys? So that's an interesting trade. So who did he go to again? Let me just double check here. George, he traded, was it with the Steelers? No, from the Steelers to the Cowboys. That's right. Yeah. So, well, it does definitely make me think that the Steelers are just not going to be contenders. At all this year for sure. Like there's just no way that the Steelers they don't got a team at all. I think that's a terrible idea for the Steelers to let him go. So I hope they got something good. They're in a rebuild thing. I think it's then because of that. I think it's time for Mike Tomlin to go. And sorry guys, I didn't really have a reason to oh shoot, I didn't really have a reason to use the pen this time. So I'm sorry about that. Because I did too much prep work and made too much graphics. I didn't really need to bust out the pen, So yeah. Darth Panic, it does kind of affect us because we do play the Cowboys and we do play the Steel Turds. So I think that does make our week against the Steel Turds a much easier week. It does make the week against the Cowboys a little bit more interesting, not by much, to be perfectly honest, because the Cowboys are still going to be the Cowboys. They're still going to suck all year, Well, they're still going to be a great regular season team, but they are going to fail in the playoffs. That's for dang sure. So, let's see. Has he kicked his last game in the NFL? Ravens released him. No, I thought the Browns picked him up, or maybe that was just a meme. I'm not 100% sure. I think that I think what it was possible that I think it was, maybe I saw a meme. I don't know. But I did think that the Browns actually picked up Justin Tucker. So I'm not 100% sure. So you guys let me know confirm in the chat if that's actually possible or not. So, But yeah, I'll find out, and that'd be pretty interesting. So, yeah. So, Carlos says Jags released Gabe Davis yesterday. Would you sign him? He's still 26 years old. Well, let me do a little bit. Let me look him up real quick. Yeah, may as well. Gabe Davis. I don't really know his stats. What is his stats? How is he? He's with the Jags, so that's not bad. He's let's see, what are his stats here? Okay, so he's played the league for about 5 years. So sorry, it's super bright on my screen. Sorry, guys. He's got pretty. He's about 341 targets over his career, 183 receptions. He's pretty healthy. I do admit he played for Buffalo quite a bit before that. He's interesting. Actually, not bad. Not bad stats. So he almost got over 1,000 yards. He was just like shy by like 170 yards in 2022, but he's kind of a deep threat. His average is about 17 yards per carry, 16.2 yards per carry. So he's kind of a good target person. Averages about, I would say 6 touchdowns a year. So not bad at all. He did have a couple fumbles here and there, but hey, that's all. I get that. He does kind of do some jet sweeps every once in a while. So, yeah, I wouldn't shake a stick at it. Gabe Davis is not awful. I think he would actually be pretty good addition to the team. But man, our at the same side, our wide receiver room is pretty stacked. I would say if anything, he might be a late season pickup, something like that. So yeah, yeah. So I just don't know. I don't think that he is. I don't think he's the the material that we would want to jump on. But to this point, I'd get up an Adams show with Kay Adams. He did say they will look at who's available on the free agency this weekend, and they are never going to rule out the possibility of making moves. So, hey, if they like what they see, they might get somebody. It's possible they could. I mean, they could still get Keenan Allen. So that it could still happen. Yeah, maybe not. You never know. So. But okay, so he did not go to the Browns. So I guess it was a meme. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, so I guess if he does, so that'd be fantastic. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know if he's gonna make it back. He's a great kicker, but it seems like all those distractions going on in his life have really made him lose quite a bit. So yeah. Yeah, so that's why it had to have been a joke, So like, I think that was part of the joke is that they were like, after Brown's dealing with this Deshaun Watson stuff, they were like, oh, you know what? Hey, why not? Let's just double down and go for Tucker as well. Oh goodness. So yeah, I mean, they can do a little thing together, It's like they can kind of pair up, like, and there's a little that's on purpose, Yeah, exactly, Josh. We have like eight wide receivers on the roster right now. It's unlikely, very unlikely. So, all right, I probably got time for one more question after this. So if you got one, go ahead and throw it out there. First come, first serve. Yeah. So question: any position the Chargers need to fill, or are we good for now? That is a good question. We could always use more cornerbacks, I would say. To really compete for that position there. Interior offensive line, maybe. Let me just double check. Let me just pull up the the roster for the Chargers to see if I can double check. Let me just look at the depth chart a little bit, so I can actually visualize. Like, yeah, I don't want to just give you guys a off the hip kind of answer, Like, I mean, let me get you guys a little bit of a little bit of research here, So okay, wow, yeah, we have a lot of depth, guys. We are, I'm seeing here on ESPN we are 4 players deep on just about every position. It seems like, except for obviously quarterback. We don't need a fourth quarterback. Left tackle, we don't need that one. Left guard, we don't. Maybe I don't know. Right guard, we were actually kind of light there. Actually, at left guard, So maybe that one for sure. Yeah, and cornerback actually. Yeah, I mean that's possible. Yeah, I would say if anything, a right guard and a cornerback would be a potential thing. But I do admit that some of these players that are listed here on ESPN do double as like the left or right or center or guard or something like that too. And I would also say that I think we actually have. So this only goes 4 players deep on ESPN, but I think there are some positions that we have actually like 5 players deep. So it's like it's not. Yeah, I think if anything, because right now we have 3 guards, 4 guards currently on roster. So we have Zion Johnson actually listed as center. Interesting enough, right there. Andre James. And Bradley Bozeman is listed as a left guard actually right now too. That's very interesting right there. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily official, but yeah. So I would say if we're gonna get go out there and get another player for sure, it would probably be like a lineman or a cornerback of some kind. So that's kind of my take on it. So yeah. Let's see. Did have a 2-weapon after a massage. Hey, there you go. Bozeman's very unathletic. You see, do you have another? This is not a question, but you see, Kyle, so hungry right now, but I got an open bottle of Jameson here, and as the saying goes, it ain't polite to eat in front of an open bottle. There you go. That's what's up. Hey, that's awesome, though, Grandizer. You know what, though, man? Hey, I hope you're feeling better. Like, I mean, honestly, I know, like, life is kind of crappy sometimes, so but you know what, you gotta just actually take it for what it is. I feel like sometimes you just be like, you know what, this pain is only temporary, because in a lot of ways we are sitting here like, and we just realize like what we're going through feels like it's the end of the world, but it's not. It really isn't, because it's kind of interesting enough at my work. We talked about that a lot, too. It's like you say, my trainer says, you're like, what the saying goes is that you're always growing. And if you're not growing, that means that you're dead, and then, and I kind of followed up. We talked a little bit about that stuff too. And like one of the things that I mentioned today was how, look, at the end of the day, the only time that anyone actually fails is when they refuse to keep progressing towards their goals or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I said it more profound at work, I think. But you know what, though? And that's just it, So, like, I mean, at the end of the day, like there's a lot of things in this life that just can push you down and really can mess up your day, mess up your week, mess up your month, mess up your year, even sometimes, But in a lot of ways, you just got to keep moving forward, man. Like there's just nothing else to it, So, and I think that's just kind of the reality of things too, because things will always get better if you want it to be, and if you're trying to get better, and you only have to get better. Guess how much, guys? Every single day, you just have to get better 1% a day. That's it. I mean, hey, and if you want to know what getting 1% better every single day is like, watch our earliest videos of Bolt Bros. They were awful, guys. And I think every single time we did it, the next video got a little bit better. And then the next one got a little bit better. And then the next one got a little bit better. And the next one got a little bit better. And to now we're here and our videos still suck, just so you know. Yeah, like I personally think our videos still suck, And so that's kind of what I was thinking. We're still trying to get better every single time, So, and that's just kind of the reality, So, and so that's kind of a closing thought that I wanted to have with you guys, So obviously I know it's not necessarily Chargers related, but it's Bolt fam related, because I love you guys and I really want the best for you guys as well. And I want you all to have a good life no matter what happens, Like, I mean, I want you guys to, take in the suck and just, accept what, happens, whatever. but then just try to do better, just a little bit every day, and you always got to think about this though, too. It's like, if you're going through a bad day, let's say just be like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to give it another day. Today's just not my day. Maybe I'll go home and take a nap, and that might make me feel better, something like that, and we all need mental break days and stuff like that, too. So I 100% believe that everyone should do that, so, but yeah, guys, well, I'm excited about the season coming up. A lot of good news coming up this week. We got the Chargers release video coming up on Wednesday. Super excited to see that. You bet your butt, bottom dollar that, I'm going to stop whatever I'm doing at work, and I'm going to sit there and watch that video, and I'm going to, run off and find some room just to go to look at it or something like that, but yeah, man, that's right, Carlos, bring it in, Bolt fam, and hug it out. That's for sure. But then, yeah, so we're not that far off from football, guys. We are just a little over 2 months away from football, because we got we got training camp. Actually, we got training camp coming up. We got preseason coming up, man. It's actually things are coming, man. So it's all good, man. So things are looking up for all of us, and I hope it is for you guys. And I appreciate all you guys for joining me tonight. And we had a good. I definitely had a good time. This was definitely a lot more structured than I normally do. I kind of liked it this way, though, for sure. I don't know if you guys did, but yeah. Anyway, so take your blue chews tonight. So to bolt up and stay ready, and keep the drive alive. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, guys, but yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And like I said, I will do another video on Saturday, but it's going to go specifically to Twitch. And it's going to be like the continuation of my trying to make my team win the Super Bowl. From that I started from the off season, so, and I'll probably only spend like a little bit of time with it. I'm not going to be like super long with it or whatever, but maybe I'll complete it. I don't know. Just depends on, what else I got going on, so I know Miguel, yes, YouTube is where it's at, but the algorithm doesn't really like me to do something that's totally different from the rest of our material, stuff like that, so, but I'm going to do it on Twitch, and I will send it to our Bolt Bros gaming channel, I think, or some other side of things, so we'll see. I'm considering something like that, so anyways. All right, guys. Well, that's it. That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. And so anyways, thank you guys for joining me. If you have not already, please like and subscribe to the video and share it with your friends, because that really helps us out with the algorithm and helps this channel grow. And I love you guys so much. And as always, guys, Bolt Bros, let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here, watching Bolt Bros podcast.